American Humane monitored the animal action. No animals were harmed. Tonight, it's survival of the fittest as the contest for the ages continues on Man vs. Beast 2. A world-class long jumper, an Olympic hopeful, a Samoan legend, and 4 little people. Versus a purebred black Labrador, a superhuman orangutan, an African chimpanzee, and a 1,500-pound, 7-foot-tall camel. It's the leap on the lake as Man and Beast take a long jump off a short pier. Is this purebred man's best friend or his worst enemy? Olympic hopeful Brian Clay won't settle until he gets the gold. Then, does All-American gymnast Marshall Irwin have what it takes to dead hang in the Garden of the Beast? It's the Battle of the Bar.
They're actually swinging back and forth. Now this takes some guts.
In this jungle, it's mind over matter, the ultimate test for Man and Beast. Then, 2 ordinary trees, 2 extraordinary climbers.
I was born and raised on the tree.
It's an extreme exhibition of brute strength in the Chimp Challenge. Then, it's the return of the little people. They're back, and they want revenge.
Oh, I want it bad. I want to do it for my dad and make him proud.
Last time, they lost by inches in a test of strength to an 8,000-pound elephant. Now, it's a test of speed. It is the epic revenge of the little people. Can 4 little men with enormous hearts of gold beat a 1,500-pound, 7-foot-tall Arabian camel in a 300-meter relay race?
Here comes Frankie! Here comes Frankie!
Tonight, the worlds of civilized man and wild beast collide in the supreme test of speed, strength, and stamina. There's no magic, no illusions. It's completely real.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Man vs. Beast!
For the beast, it comes naturally. For man, it takes years of training and sacrifice. Today, these 2 worlds collide as champion long jumper Brian Clay takes on a world record-holding Labrador in a one-of-a-kind long jump competition. It's the leap on the lake, and in this event, size does not matter. Here to tell us why is 9-time Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis. Carl, how are you?
Hey, Steve. You know, usually in long jump contests, the length of the athlete's legs has a tremendous impact on the outcome, but not today. Brian Clay is considered small for a jumper, but the power in his legs is off the charts. As for the beast, Labradors are low to the ground, but their hind legs are like spring-loaded coils. It's too close to call.
Right now, Brian Clay is going through his final preparation. Will he have what it takes to go the distance? Brian Clay has achieved All-American status an amazing 23 times. A 2-time collegiate long jump champion, Brian derives no satisfaction from a second-place finish.
I have a very competitive nature. I don't like to lose.
Brian is currently America's 2nd highest scoring decathlete. To him, becoming the best is a full-time job.
People think we make a lot of money and it's just all fun and games. The work that it goes in behind the scenes is so much more than what you just see on TV or what you see, at a track meet.
So far, all of this hard work has paid off as Brian eyes Olympic gold in 2004. In the meantime, he is focused on the challenge ahead, and to him, losing in today's event is not an option.
If I was to lose, I don't know if I'd go home.
Carl, what's going on right now in Brian's mind? You've been there.
Well, it's total focus and concentration. At this point, you don't think about the opposition.
Maybe that's a good thing, because his opponent is a beast who, when it comes to jumping, has no peer. Morgan is a 4-year-old black Labrador retriever. He lives in Shakopee, Minnesota with his owner, Mike Jackson. Morgan is the most decorated dog in the history of the canine sport of dock diving. According to his owner, this extraordinary jumping ability comes naturally for the beast.
We do train some, but not that much because he just has such desire and such instinct to do this that he does it on his own pretty much.
The other key to Morgan's success are his powerful legs. The beast will have to put it all together: power, speed, and distance to prevail in this, the biggest challenge of his career. Let's go to the tail of the tape. Now, Brian has a clear advantage in both height and weight. He's 23 years old, and the beast is 4, which is 28 in human years, putting them both in their jumping prime. However, the beast's best long jump is a world record 26 feet 6 inches. Now, that's 3 feet longer than any dog has jumped, and almost a foot better than Brian has ever jumped in competition. Let's go to Carl with the specifics of this event.
Each competitor will run on a specially designed rubber surface that will be placed over the length of this 200-foot dock. They will both attempt to leap into the 60-foot deep waters of Castaic Lake. Water temperature should not be an issue. Temperature right now is a balmy 78 degrees. The distance will be judged from the end of the dock to whatever part of their body hits the water the farthest from the dock. As in Olympic competitions, this will be a best out of 3 event.
All right, Carl, here we go. Brian won the coin toss, so he's going to go first. The leap on the lake is on. He has got to be nervous, but Brian Clay looks optimistic. He's definitely ready for his first jump. There he goes. Now, there he goes. He's got a really nice stride, and there he goes, and he is gone. Nice. Now, that looked to me like at least 24 or 25 feet. That was a good jump, Brian Clay. Good jump. Fantastic. Now, Carl, what do you think?
Brian, what was it like jumping in the water? It's not like sand at all.
No, it's a little weird, but I think on the next 2 jumps, I'll get it down.
Let's take a look at the landing. Now, talk me through the landing.
I feel like I'm coming out of my landing position a little early, which is causing me to hit the water earlier than I'd like to.
Normally, you land on that sand and slide, but you didn't do any sliding today.
No, not at all. I just went straight to the bottom.
Well, that's a good start.
Well, that's 25 feet for Brian, a very impressive jump. Now let's see what the beast can do.
Stay.
He looks like he is itching to go. Look at him focus on that fake foul decoy his trainer Mike Jackson is holding. Now Mike's gonna throw the decoy off the end of the dock and the beast is going to retrieve it. He is just drooling getting ready for this event. This is what the beast is all about. His only focus, and there he goes. He took off very quick. What a launch that was. Oh my, that was just incredible, Carl.
Well, it seemed like he went off to the right just a little bit. You think that made a difference?
Well, we want to keep him away from the barrier, so I erred on the side of caution.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the replay.
All right.
Here comes the landing. Look at it. He got his feet up just like that. He jumped just like a long jumper. Wow, that's amazing.
Remember, it's the furthest point, and the head and the collar of the beast is still above water at the 26-foot mark, and that's what we're looking for. That means that Brian is really going to have to turn it on in this next jump to even get close to the beast. Brian Clay, intently getting ready, speaking a few words to himself. He's just about ready to launch. And there he goes, looking down at his feet, just one excellent stride, excellent speed as he leaves the dock. What a jump that was. And from here, that looked longer than his last jump. That was an excellent jump, Brian Clay. Brian Clay, he just came in with 26 feet, which is enough to tie Morgan's first jump. But there are 2 more jumps awaiting the beast. Let's see how he does on his second attempt. Just look at that intensity in the eye of the beast. This is a super fast competitor, and there he goes. What a launch that was. That was a jump. That was an incredible jump. The official distance is in. The beast went an amazing 27 feet, which is 1 foot farther than the man. Now the beast is destroying that fake pheasant. This might hurt his chances because on his next jump, they're gonna have to replace that decoy. But for Brian, he must focus on his last jump and his last shot at victory. Keep in mind, Brian has to go over 27 feet, and this momentum is fantastic. He may just have it as he exits the dock. What a jump that was. That's going to be very close. Carl?
Brian, that looked like the biggest jump. What do you think?
I tried to get a little closer to the edge and felt a little cramped, so I don't know if that worked for me or against me.
Remember, Brian, the distance is the farthest distance away from the board.
Right.
So your left foot was out a little bit more, right at 27 feet. So we've got a tie. So now it's up to the beast. What do you think?
You know, I don't know. He's been jumping well so far, so I can't do anything but sit here and wait.
Brian Clay is going into uncharted waters. He's just staring at the beast. He's got to be wondering, does that animal have it in him to beat me? Remember now, the beast needs to jump over 27 feet for the win, and he'll have to do it with a new decoy. How it will affect the beast's final jump remains to be seen, but it all comes down to this last jump.
Stay. Morgan!
Here he goes, here he goes. Oh, an excellent stride. Oh, I don't know, that looked a little shallow. We're gonna have to wait for the final word. Carl's with Mike Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a little bit shorter than the last one, I think.
Yeah, that's...
I don't
Yeah.
know. He stretched it out.
Oh, that's right. It's close. At the end, he seemed like he flew at the end. Morgan, what are you doing here?
Walking on the water, Morgan.
The results are in. The judges have reviewed the tape, and the beast edged out Brian by a mere 6 inches. And as you can see, his forward momentum carried him to the 27.5-foot mark. The key was keeping his collar above the water line, giving him the winning jump. Let's go down to Carl.
So how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel great about that, especially with my throws. Morgan just, I guess, had enough speed to carry it through because he didn't get the altitude.
Now, you're going to get ragged on because all your friends are going to say you lost to a dog. So what do you have to say to them?
It was a little tougher than I expected it to be. All right.
All right, Steve, back to you.
Boy, Carl, was that ever close. We really had to scrutinize that tape. They say every dog has his day, and with a winning jump of 27.5 feet for Morgan, today was the day.
Coming up, it's mind over matter as this superhuman orangutan and this world-class gymnast go head-to-head in a dead hang battle of the bar.
The orangutan is just going
Actually
for it.
swinging back and forth. Now this takes some guts.
And later, 4 little people seek revenge in a test of speed against a 7-foot, 1,500-pound Arabian camel.
Have you seen this thing? I mean, if it crosses the line, the point for injury for us is great. You never know what could happen.
As Man vs. Beast 2 continues.
For the beast, it is a basic instinct to survive. For man, it's a show of strength and stamina. Tonight, this all-American gymnast will go eyeball to eyeball against the superpower of an orangutan in a dead hang competition that will be the ultimate test of will. And with me tonight to provide commentary are 2 experts in the field. Premier animal behaviorist Sid Yost and America's most decorated male gymnast, Olympic gold medal winner, Bart Connor. How you doing, guys?
All right.
Great.
All right, Sid, what should we look for tonight?
The orangutan has tremendous upper body strength and a torso that allows them to stretch their arms longer than the length of their body, in some cases 7 feet from fingertip to fingertip. Orangutans also have long, narrow hands that are ideal for gripping vines and branches for extended periods of time. In the end, that could be the difference.
Well, Bart, that sounds impressive.
Well, it certainly does, but man possesses something that the beast doesn't. That's heart and soul. And the man tonight has both, big time. Marshall Irwin is a champion. He's been up against the best man has to offer, and he won't be intimidated by the beast. As an All-American gymnast at Stanford, Marshall is used to being center stage. And in this type of event, I think that's an incredible advantage. Believe me, I feel that Marshall will get in a zone, and his focus will beat the beast.
This is how the dead hang will work. Both man and beast will be hanging from identical bars 11 feet off the ground. The competitors are allowed to alternate hands, but one hand must remain on the bar at all times. The winner is the last one hanging. And by the way, this is a feet-free competition. Our competitors are engaging in some last-minute stretching and flexing, so let's go to the tail of the tape. Champion gymnast Marshall Irwin has a big advantage in both height and weight. Marshall is 23 years old, while the beast is 5 years old, or about 10 in human years. Marshall's hand size measures 7 inches, and although Bam Bam is much smaller in stature, his hands are actually bigger. Both man and beast are making their entrances.
He's being assisted by John McCready, who was a member of the U.S. Olympic team in 1996 in the Atlanta Games.
That orangutan looks ready to hang.
Yeah, the orangutan's taking this dead serious right now.
This is the first time I've seen him take this competition seriously.
Look at him eyeball.
This is a formidable opponent for sure. To protect Marshall, we've placed electrically charged wires between man and beast should Bam Bam lose control. All right, gentlemen, Lift up the competitors. There you go. All right, and 3, 2, 1. The battle of the bar is on.
Bam Bam's very serious right now. You can see that he's looking, swinging back and forth, taunting the gymnast.
Definitely taunting him. The orangutan doesn't seem like he's stressing at all. He seems very relaxed. He's eating, he's scratching. No problem. Bam Bam isn't even flinching.
No, that's a solid grip. Looks like he could go all day. You know, what's interesting for Marshall is that a typical gymnastic routine on the still rings, where he's the national champion, only lasts about 35 seconds. And most of the time, he's actually supporting himself above the rings rather than hanging below them. So this is a completely different type of test for Marshall. Uh-oh.
We're coming up at 2 minutes, and the orangutan is just going for it.
Actually swinging back and forth. Now, this takes some guts.
Now, I don't know if Marshall is trying to get the orangutan to lose his grip.
I think Bam Bam's actually trying to get Marshall to lose his focus, and here he's kind of taunting him with some of his acrobatics, and I think if Marshall doesn't stay focused, the orangutan will absolutely win this event. I think the important thing to notice right now is Bam Bam does have a little bit of difficulty in that he's losing his shorts.
Marshall said before the competition that for him, it really was about stamina and endurance and if he could stay focused. And he was hoping that at some point, perhaps Bam Bam just lost interest, got bored, and just came down.
Marshall has got to be feeling this part.
He said it's very important to shake it out because your forearms kind of get blown out.
See, Bam Bam is spraying a leak right now, and that could be a small problem.
Now, he's obviously, Bam Bam has decided to lose a little bit of water weight, but that could be just to distract Marshall, and it has because Marshall's smiling, and you know how that is an illegal move. He's got one hand still on the bar. It's over. It is over. Bam Bam, he tried everything in the orangutan book. Our man, Marshall Irwin, is still hanging.
He's very strong, obviously, on the rings and doing the iron throw.
Oh, he's down! He is down. Time.
Excellent hang. All right, Marshall has just dropped, and I'm going to wait for the official time, and here it is. He was hanging an amazing 6 minutes and 38 seconds. Sid is down right now with Bam Bam's trainer.
Tom, tough loss tonight. Can you tell me a little bit about the strategies and where that broke off?
Well, I just gave him a little peppermint candy just to keep him occupied and give him something else to think about besides touching the sides, but my strategy broke down and it didn't work. He touched the sides anyway.
You know, Tom, he did his very best. You can still see him hanging there, and congratulations. We'll get him next time.
Bart Connors with the winner.
First of all, how do you feel?
I'm hurting pretty bad. My forearms are really swollen, but it went well.
All right, Marshall, let's take a look at the replay. First of all, the beginning here. You got up and at one point, Bam Bam started swinging back and forth, and you did the same. Perhaps a little gamesmanship there?
A little bit. I was a little worried I was going to fly off the bar, though, so I stopped before he did.
Were you starting to feel it at this point that you get that lactic acid buildup in your forearms?
Yeah, it was getting really bad.
And then what was going through your mind here?
I mean, it's tough to say because my forearms were just throbbing, and at the same time, he's doing his business.
Congratulations, Marshall.
Thank you.
One for man tonight. Steve?
Although Bam Bam was a formidable opponent, Marshall Irwin fought through the pain to win the competition.
It's a case, once again, of the beast losing his grip on the man.
Coming up next, an African chimpanzee and a Samoan tree-climbing legend race 40 feet straight up.
It looks like it's a dead even match.
Who will prevail, man or beast? Then, what chance do 4 little people really have against a 7-foot, 1,500-pound beast in a 300-meter relay race? Find out as Man vs. Beast 2 continues. Humane monitored the animal action. No animals were harmed. So far tonight, both man and beast have been victorious in one event each. We've tested them in competitions involving strength and distance. Now, it's about speed.
In the wild, the safety and security of the highest branches of a tree provides a beast with a safe haven from deadly predators. In the world of man, climbing as high as one can go is simply a thrill. But for some men, it's an obsession. Tonight, man and beast take these dynamics to new heights as this champion Samoan tree climber competes against an African chimpanzee in the Chimp Challenge. Here to break down the competition is globe-trotting animal expert Sid Yost. Sid, what is your take on this event?
Steve, on paper, the human has a big disadvantage here. He may be good, but when it comes to climbing, the chimp is at the top of the food chain. The human's closest relative, chimpanzees, spend much of their time climbing trees. They even sleep in trees. Their feet are shaped like human hands, making it easy to hang on to just about anything. In the wild, this could mean the difference between life and death. In this event, it could be the difference between victory and defeat.
Well, we're about to find out. We're approaching climb time. And the chimp definitely looks ready here, and he better be, because the man the beast will take on may just be the best tree climber in the world. A native Samoan, Cap Teotafiti's name means somersault. The term flips. To the rest of us, it may as well mean champion. When Cap was a kid in Samoa, he grew up climbing trees.
I climb tree every day. I probably climb more than 1 million times.
Cap maintains a deep respect for island traditions.
You started off watching the big guys climb, you know, and it was hard. There was blood everywhere because you climb just to find out how tough you are, just to see if you want to be a man.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Both man and beast are diminutive in stature, but Cap Teotafiti has an advantage in both height and weight. Cap is 37 years old, while the chimp is 8, or about 10 in human years. Here's how the Chimp Challenge will work. We've placed a man versus beast flag 40 feet above the ground on 2 desert palm trees. They'll grab the flag and then descend down. Now, the first one to have both feet touch the ground is the winner. All right, here we go. Remember, the beast will not be using any climbing equipment for this event. However, the man uses a traditional Samoan piece of fabric called an alfunga to prevent cuts on his feet. The competitors are coming in and we are getting ready for the Chimp Challenge. Look at the way the beast is sizing up the man. He looks like he is supremely confident. And here, the man is trying to intimidate the beast, but the beast is giving it right back and he's not taking any of it. This is going to be some serious competition, folks. All right, competitors are ready to go, and here we are. Remember, it's when the beast first touches the tree. All right, here we go, Sid. What do you think?
Starts when the chimp goes. Chimp's on the tree now. It looks like it's a dead even match. Look at this. Incredible. The chimp is actually doing a great job. Look at Cap go.
That's right. He's really jumped into the lead, Sid. Cap has got the flag, and here he goes, but the chimp hasn't even reached the flag yet. Cap is almost all the way down, and here he comes, here he comes. It's a runaway. I bet you people at home right now are saying, this is incredible. This is insane how fast this guy is moving. The beast is just now making his way down.
The beast thinks it's a game, but the beast is enjoying himself.
The times are now official. Man does an astonishing 19.2 second race up the tree, while the beast almost takes twice as long at 39 seconds. You whipped right up there, grabbed that flag, and you were down in moments. Tell us about it.
It was easy.
Easy. Let's take a look at the replay right now. Take us through it, if you will.
Every moment is important because it's not only for the safety, but the speed. You have to keep going. Next one after the other. You have to keep on until you get that flag and come right back down. And staying within the rules that we have of the competition today.
Sid was saying that a chimpanzee, the more he gets to do something like this, the faster and the better he gets. Do you think that if this chimp had another chance, that he'd be able to beat you?
No chance.
Sid,
I have to disagree. If the chimp continues to do something, it becomes more of a game. And right now, the chimp is now understanding that this is a game of competition. I believe the chimp will absolutely destroy your time if given another chance.
I can go up and down twice when he's still trying to get up, and down once.
And those are big words, folks, but we're going to try it one more time. Again, he's going to go up and down twice before the chimp can go up and down once. This I got to see.
Prove it.
Still to come, does the man have the brute strength left to live up to his challenge, or has he gone too far out on a limb? Then, will this 1,500-pound beast intimidate our team of little people, or will they get even? Find out as Man vs. Beast 2 continues.
Welcome back. When we left you, the man had just destroyed the beast. So Cap challenged the beast, saying that he could go up and down twice before the beast could go up and down once. We're about ready to see if the man can live up to his challenge. Right now, we see the man getting ready and the beast, and they're starting to get into their positions. The man must be feeling confident, even though it's a whole new game. Remember, he beat the beast time by almost half. The question is, will the beast kick it into high gear on this run in order to beat the man? Now, as you can see, the beast is trying to play a little psych-out game with the man. By the way, for this event, the man will retrieve the flag on the first trip up and simply tap the post on the second. Both man and beast appear ready to go. All right, here we go. Again, Cap is telling us that he can go up and down twice. Now, Cap's having some problems right now.
The chimp is going. Good job.
Those were
Look at this. Big words that Cap laid out for us.
But Cap is in the lead now. Cap is pumping it up. And Cap has got the flag, and here he goes. Okay, now remember, the original time for Cap was 19.2 seconds. The beast has captured the flag.
All the chimp has to do is come on down.
Cap is down. Now he has to go back up again one more time and down one more time in order to beat the beast.
The chimp is already halfway down the tree, Steve.
Okay, that's true. That is true. Now, Cap is obviously has to be tired at this point.
Oh, my gosh, he's struggling. Look at that.
This is the third time up the tree for the man, but only the second time up the tree for the beast. He looks completely under control, easing his way down step by step. Cap is clearly showing signs of fatigue.
Big mistake, and right now we have the chimp is down.
The chimp is down. He has beat Cap.
I can only imagine how tired Cap must be right now as he gets right up there on the top.
And tags that spot. There you go. He did an incredible job, though. Very, very strong competitor. You know, and he had it in him because, remember, his first time was 19.2 seconds. The chimp's first time was 39 seconds, just about half. He could have done it feasibly, but he got tired. I think he didn't factor that in. Last few steps, and Cap is down. He looks beaten, and he looks like he's in pain. Let's go down and talk with Cap. What do you say? You're out of breath.
Boy, I did it. I went up and down.
It was an incredible physical challenge.
It's very hard to try to get back up there.
Now, Cap, in the beginning, it looked like you had some trouble. You were slipping at the very beginning. Your feet weren't grabbing. Was that a problem?
It's just the mud was too dry on my feet, and that's how I slipped.
When did things start to fall apart?
When I went back down and going back up again, it was a problem.
Real physical challenge, wasn't it?
Very. You know, if you come down, it's hard to come down because you're trying to, to stay on the tree and not fall. And we come down and try to get back up there. It's very hard. It's very hard.
And as you come off that tree, we looked at the times, and you ready for this? The chimp was an incredible 44.5 seconds, but your struggling brought you in at 1 minute 16 seconds. You're just an incredibly tough competitor, Cap. You're ripped up. That had to hurt on the way up that tree. That's a deep cut, and you're all gouged up there as well. What is the pain like when you're climbing up that tree?
I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel any pain going up and down. It's when you come down, you realize it's over, and the pain comes in.
Do you have a newfound respect for the beast, Cap?
I've always loved the animal, and just like one of us.
So, it was one for the man and one for the beast, each giving an all-out effort in this, the Chimp Challenge.
Next, what you've been waiting for, the revenge of the little people, as Team Man takes on a massive 1,500-pound Arabian camel. Is it payback time? Find out as Man vs. Beast 2 continues.
Last time on Man vs. Beast, 44 little people took on an 8,000-pound elephant when they engaged in a supreme test of strength by pulling a DC-10 airplane. In the end, the elephant won out, beating the little people by just inches. Tonight, they're back and they want revenge. But this time, it's not a test of strength, but a test of speed. We're here at Los Alamitos Racetrack for an epic relay race between a team of 4 of the world's fastest little people and a 7-foot-tall Arabian camel. It's the revenge of the little people. Here with me to analyze the race is Olympic gold medalist Dan O'Brien. Dan, what can we expect to see tonight?
Steve, this is really an intriguing matchup. On one hand, you have Team Man, who must perform with speed, strategy, and coordination. On the other hand, you have the Beast, whose only concern is getting to the finish line as fast as he can. Our human team is focused on the task ahead, but the Beast will rely solely on instinct. This should be one for the books.
You're looking live at Team Man as they prepare for tonight's race. They're an elite squad of runners, and for them, this event is more than just a race. For the little people, it's about payback.
We really and truly want to win this. Last time it was close, but this one, we have a second chance at it. We really and truly want to win this one bad.
They came up short on the strength competition. Now they're going for speed. It's a huge challenge.
We have nothing at all in our favor. They're running from their heart, and, you know, they're going to be there. Yes, sir. The idea is not to be waiting for him to come there. Just take off, and he'll reach your hand. They've worked their butts off. They've been doing push-ups, sit-ups, running, stretching. Stretching is very big in my book. We have to stretch these legs as much as we can get out of it. But the training has just been so fierce. Go!
What is undeniable is Team Man's determination and drive to finally come away victorious against the Beast.
1, 2, 3, Team Man!
We are just moments away from race time and the Beast is entering the track. It's a massive physical specimen. In fact, it's one of the largest beasts known to man. Over the course of the day, they can negotiate over 25 miles in the most rugged terrain on the planet. They are so strong, they can carry almost 1,000 pounds on their back. Although they take time to get up to speed, when they sense danger, their powerful legs turn them into 1,500-pound running machines. Let's go to Dan O'Brien, who's with Team Man. Dan?
You guys warmed up and ready to go?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right, Joe, I know you're not running tonight, but you are the team captain here. What's going to be your strategy?
Well, our strategy is right off the get-go. We have to come out of the chute in a hurry. I have my main man right here, Mr. Daniel Artrand. He's the quickest one we have on the team here.
All right.
I think he's going to get us. Then I have Steve Babiar. He's going to take us right around the corner. Then I have Mighty Mike to hit us on the straightaway. And then the final lap is my son, Frank Gibb. And that should put a nail in the coffin.
Well, it's a pretty intimidating specimen out there, this Beast. What do you think so far?
Well, we just saw the Beast for the first time, and we were, I tell you, a little intimidated. We didn't, we knew it was going to be big, but we didn't realize it was going to be that big. So, like I would say, we're back to the chute again. We got to get out of the chute, first of all, to get the lead, and I think that's a major point there.
All right, Frankie, how badly do you want to win?
Oh, I want it bad. I want to do it for my dad and make him proud.
Team Man is stoked and ready to go. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Dan. Let's go now to the tail of the tape. The average age of Team Man is 27, while the Beast is 4 years old, which translates to about 10 in human years. The combined weight of the little people is 462 pounds, over 1,000 pounds less than the weight of the Beast. The average height of Team Man is 4 feet 4 inches, while the Beast, fully erect, is 7 feet tall. Neither man nor beast has run a competitive distance race, so their best times are unknown. Dan, what are your keys to victory?
For Team Man to win, it's a combination of several factors. A fast start is essential. The baton handoff must be swift and clean, and whoever runs the anchor leg has to put it in high gear from the first step. For the Beast, it's focus, focus, focus. It cannot be distracted even for a split second. Once a runner, man or beast, loses their stride, it's over.
The elements are with us tonight. It's a crisp 58 degrees and the track conditions are excellent. Take a look at the track for a moment, if you will. It's harrowed, and now that's the side the Beast will be running on. On the other side, it has been packed, and that's the side the Team Man will be competing on. And in between them is a barrier. Now, this is a safety measure because keep in mind, this beast weighs close to 2,000 pounds, and should something go wrong, the results could be devastating. Team Man loosening up and keeping warm, getting rid of some of that nervous energy. They have to be nervous right now. Last time, they were beaten by just a few inches, but tonight, they have told me that this is all about them. This is all about getting revenge. When we come back, it's payback at the track when the little people take on a 1,500-pound Arabian camel. Welcome back. The revenge of the little people is about to begin. All right, let's review here for a moment. Team Man is made up of 4 competitors. Our first runner is Daniel Artrand, and he's going to hand off to Steve Baby R, who will hand it off to Mike Murga, and our final leg of the race will be run by Frank Gibb. Right now, you're looking at Team Man getting ready. They're tying their shoes, final stretches. Their sweats are off. They're just about to get into position. This will be a traditional relay race staggered start. This guarantees that both man and beast are running exactly the same distance. Since this is a 330-yard race, each little person is positioned 82.5 yards apart. The handlers are bringing the beast down to the starting line right now. Team Man is getting one final look at the competition, and you can see the dramatic difference in size among the competitors. Look at this as he's getting very excited now. He knows he is getting close to the starting line and he wants this thing to go. Look at him, he's starting to buck. Remember, this is a very large beast. What must Team Man be thinking as they are getting into position for the race? Oh, the camel is freaking out. The camel is freaking out. He is literally pulling and dragging his trainer across the track. Look at that. This is not good for Team Man. They are watching this as we are. And are they waving it off? Are they waving it off? I would not want to be in their position. This is a scary moment. I am glad I'm up here and not down there. The camel seems to be under control as Team Man is returning and will in fact run the race. The camel seems to be a little more under control. There is an enormous amount of anxiety in that beast, but not as much obviously as Team Man is feeling right now. All right, here we go. Team Man is starting to warm up. They have agreed to go and are in position. Daniel Artrand is ready. He's in the blocks. Now remember, the beast is a notoriously slow starter. This should play into the hands of Team Man, whose strategy is to get out fast, get the lead, and keep it. The beast is in the starting gate. The revenge of the little people begins as soon as former Olympic starter Dan Reinstein counts us down, and here we go.
On your marks, set.
We have a clean start, and Team Man is off fast. Okay, as predicted, the beast is making a slow, unsteady start out of the gate, and Daniel Artrand has gotten Team Man off to the lead that they wanted. The question now is, will the beast turn it on? Okay, the first handoff is clean, and the beast is still on. No, wait, there he goes, and the beast is now starting to go. The camel is moving. The question is, will he be too far back to catch up? Team Man is running there at a good, clean pace, but all of a sudden, look at the energy now. Now the camel is really kicking it into high gear and closing the gap. And there is the next baton pass. It is clean, but the camel is clearly catching up. He is now, in fact, passing Mike Murga and is in front of him by at least 4 or 5 yards. He started slowly, but now he is moving quickly, and the next baton pass will be critical. Mike Murga handing it off to Frank Gibb. Oh, that is a bad pass. That's a bad pass. But Frank Gibb is just turning it on. Boy, is he moving. He's covering some ground and closing the gap. The camel is slowing down, and it's anybody's race. We're down to the finish line, and oh! It is a photo finish that's way too close to call. What a race. As an Olympic competition, the judges are going to be looking for whose chest crossed the finish line first. That will determine the winner. That was absolutely incredible. Frank Gibb has got to be proud of his performance. Dan is down on the track right now with Team Man after an incredible race. Dan?
Hey guys, great job. You look like you gave it all you got, especially you, Frankie, there at the end. Joe, you pretty proud of these guys?
Man, am I proud, especially my son. Man, he was pulling it up at the end there, but all four of you guys were great out there, son. Very good.
All right, here comes a replay. Daniel, you took off like a rocket. The camel wasn't even really responding at this point.
It looked like it was just a malfunction there. And then all of a sudden, now here comes the camel now. Look at it, he starts coming around. We realized we possibly got a race here.
Well, here comes the rest of the team. Steve, did you know he was coming after you at this point?
No, I didn't, not at all. I saw him, Danny so far ahead of him. I was like, oh man, we got a good start going. And then after I handed off the baton to Mike and I made sure he was going right there, I took a look back and I was like, uh-oh, we got a real race.
Well, I thought you guys were in trouble here. How are you feeling right now, Mike?
A little scared because he started passing me, and I go, whoa, it's almost over, and I almost tripped a little bit there, and then I had just a little trouble giving it to Frankie, and then boom, there he goes.
Frankie, that was a bad handoff, but it looked like you really made up a lot at the end.
Yeah, I just had that straight in front of me, basically.
A photo finish. A photo finish.
Dan, the official result is in. The Beast crossed the finish line just 0.2 of a second before Team Man.
In the last Man versus Beast, you lost by just inches. Today, just by a nose. How about one more cheer to take us out of here?
All right, here we go, guys.
1, 2, 3, Team Man!
Steve, these guys have nothing to hang their heads about. Back to you.
The Revenge of the Little People is history. Team Man ran a 330-yard relay in a quick 1 minute and 3 seconds. But the Beast hit the finish line just a hair faster. Once again, the Beast prevailed over the Little People. For Team Man, payback day is still overdue.
Tonight on Man vs. Beast 2, it was the spring-loaded Labrador Retriever and the 1,500-pound, 7-foot-tall Arabian Camel who beat the Man. The Samoan tree climber and the African chimpanzee split their 2 climbs, while the All-American gymnast was the only human to dominate his opponent. In the end, it's Beast 3, Man 2.
I'm Steve Santagati, and you've been watching Man vs. Beast. Have a great night.
Next on Fox 2 News, Hurricane Charlie churning up trouble right now in Florida. Police officers from all over the country come to Metro Detroit to raise money for a fallen officer's family. And a gunman tries to take a news crew hostage, but they put up a good fight. Fox 2 News at 10 is next.